Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Learn Gujarati with Me podcast episode and YouTube video. Today's lesson is specifically for one of my private Gujarati students, and we're going to be covering some words and phrases that are very, very relevant to her. But we're going to do that in an interesting way. We're going to do this in a way where you also get a lot of listening practice. That's going to be helpful for my one student who's watching this. She'll get listening practice. She's going to get a lot of vocabulary practice. But for the rest of you who are not this one particular student, you are also going to get a whole bunch of Gujarati practice yourself. Listening practice, vocabulary. It's just going to be really, really, really useful. So let me share my screen and we'll dive right in. I'm going to open a whiteboard here as well. I don't have a whiteboard open. I'm going to want one. Okay, here we go. Boom. Screen share. So the first one we're going to look at is the word grahak or grahako. So here we have grahako, which is clients in the plural. Grahako. A client in the singular is grahak. Ek grahak, ghana grahako. For example, જેમકે એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો સારા છે. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો સારા છે. Their clients are good. આ એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો છે. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો છે. These are their clients. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો છે. કે એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો what? Oh, I misread that. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો ક્યાં છે? એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો ક્યાં છે? Where are their clients? There's some more here. You're more than welcome to, let me zoom out so you can see more at the same time. You're more than welcome to just peruse through these, hit the pause button, and yeah, feel free to peruse through these, and we'll move on to the next word / phrase. All right, let's move on. Now here, we're not going to focus on therapists. We're going to focus on the word amara. And you'll notice a pattern here. Let me stop my screen share. In the first one, we have the word elokona. Elokona grahako, their clients. In this next one, we have amara therapist, right? Amara therapist, so our therapist. So the key words I want to emphasize here are the possessive adjectives. So amara, elokona. Let me share my screen here one more time. And let's just review these together. Probably you know these like 80, 90%, probably. But let's just do a little review. Just a review never hurts. A review is never a bad thing, right? So we have mara. Let's even do the neuter form. Maru. We have taru. We have tamaru. We have enu. We have emnu. We have amaru. We have apnu. And then we have eloko nu. We also have teo nu, which we'll cover as well. So again, when you look at these lists, a lot of these, at this point in our Gujarati learning journey together, these are going to be mostly review, maybe even entirely review. So maru is the word for my. Taru is the word for your. Tamaru is the word for your as well, but it's formal, right? This is formal. Your taru is going to be informal. Informal. Oops. Informal. There we go. Enu is going to be his or her. It's both his and her, by the way. It's both. So it's the same word for both. For both his and her. Emnu is his or her as well, but it's formal. A little note on emnu. I don't know if all Gujarati dialects use this word. Like my family don't use it. They don't use this word at all. They only use enu. But I have heard a lot of Gujaratis who use it. So I think probably the majority do, but definitely some don't. Like my family doesn't. Amaru is going to be our. This is going to be exclusive. Exclusive meaning if I'm talking to you, I'm excluding you. Amaru ghar, our house, not your house, but ours, mine and John's, not yours. Apnu is also our, but it's going to be inclusive. Inclusive meaning I'm including you. Apnu ghar, my house, John's house, and your house. It's all three of our house. Elokonu means there. And this is in spoken language. Teonu is there, but more written language. much more in written language than spoken. Now, as a reminder, for all of these words here, we have different genders. I'm not going to write them all out. We've covered this many, many, many times. I'll just explain it to you orally. Maru, all these are the neuter variants. The feminine variants end in E. Mari, tari, tamari, eni, emni, amari, apni, elokoni, teoni, like it's all E endings. Masculine is all O. Maro, taro, tamaro, so on and so forth. And the plural is going to be A. Mara, tara, tamara, ena, emna, so on and so forth. So that's kind of how those work. So again, this should be pretty much review. Remember that for all of these, the gender of the possessive adjective is going to depend on the gender of the person you're talking about. So I would say Mari Ben, my sister, feminine, even though I'm a man. Why? Because my sister is obviously a girl, not a man. Okay. So here we had, for example, again, this should all be pretty straightforward. So like eloko na client, eloko na grahako, their clients. Again, we have eloko na because that's the plural form. Here we have amara because it's a plural form as well. Okay, let's scroll down here. Easy word here is ghana. So ain ghana loko che. There are many people here. Mari pase ghana phone che. I have many phones, not just one, but I have a whole bunch. Tyan ghana gharo che. There are many houses there. Or tyan ghana ghar che. That's also acceptable. Remember that the gender rules also apply to this word here. So ghanu is also many, but it's in the neuter. It's the neuter form. Ghani is going to be the feminine form. Ghano is the masculine form. The same rules as always. Again, this should be pretty straightforward. Feel free to pause and read through some of these example sentences. All right, let's keep going. Malik is an owner. We've done this word before. Malik. So હું ઘરનો માલિક છું. I'm the owner of this house. આ દુકાનની માલિક કોણ છે? Who is the owner of the shop? એ ગાડીની માલિક છે. He or she is the owner of the car. માલિક ક્યાં છે? Where's the owner? Right? માલિક ક્યાં છે? Again, feel free to read through some of these other AI sentences. We're going to do some more. I know we're going fast. We're going to do some more practice. Don't you worry. Mota bhagna. Let's slow down a little bit here, right? This is probably going to be a little bit new for you guys. Mota bhagna is like for the most part or mostly. Mota bhagna loko Gujarati che. Let's even reword that. Anya over here, mota bhagna loko Gujarati che. Or Gujaratma, mota bhagna loko Gujarati che. In Gujarat, the majority of the people are Gujarati. Mota bhagna pustako nava છે. That's probably not true actually, but mota bhagna pustako nava છે. For the most part, like books are new, which is probably not a true statement, but whatever. Mota bhagna divso garam hoy છે. Right? Most days are hot. Or mota bhagna barko ramme છે. The majority, mota bhagna barko anya ramme છે. Like the majority of these kids are kind of playing, right? I'm not sure if I love that sentence, frankly, but that's okay. મોટા ભાગના ગ્રાહકો ખુશ છે. The majority of these clients are happy. For the most part, the clients are happy. Next one here is the word for young, which is yuvan. So, એ છોકરો યુવાન છે. That boy is young. મારો શિક્ષક યુવાન છે. My teacher is young. મારા શિક્ષક યુવાન છે. My teacher is young. હું યુવાન છું. I am young. અહીં બધા યુવાન છે. Everyone here is young. Feel free to pause and read through other sentences. You're welcome to do that. Next one here is amuk. Amuk means some. So, અહીં અમુક ચોકલેટ છે. કે મારી પાસે અમુક પ્રશ્નો છે. I have some questions. ત્યાં અમુક લોકો છે. There's some people over there. અમુક દિવસો બહુ સારા હોય છે. Some days are very good. Right? મેં અમુક ફળો. Actually, I don't like this sentence here. This should probably be મને અમુક ફળો ભાવે છે. This is one, that's like a tiny little aside. The Google AI is really good at Gujarati. It's not bad at all at Gujarati. It's probably the best that I've seen compared to other AI platforms. The one mistake that it does seem to make is it likes to use gameche for foods. It likes to use that. But the vast majority of the time, at least in my experience, people don't use gameche for food and drink. They're going to use bhaveche. Bhaveche. So mane amuk faro bhaveche. I've seen this mistake a lot in the AI platform. I'm not sure if it doesn't know that. Or maybe there's a dialect I'm unaware of that uses game, but I don't know, like everything I've ever heard of, they use bhaveche for food and drink, not gameche. Anyway, moving on. this is a pretty straightforward sentence. Blah 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 ma kaam karti hati. Now this is feminine. This is not masculine. So હું બેંકમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working. I don't like the translation here actually. This is much more like I was working in. I was working in a bank. હું બેંકમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working in a bank. હું સ્કૂલમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working in a school. Again, these are all feminine, not masculine. So only women would use this sentence here, any of these sentences. હું ઓફિસમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working in an office. હું હોસ્પિટલમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working in a hospital. હું દુકાનમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working in a store. હું કંપનીમાં કામ કરતી હતી. I was working in a company. In the masculine variant, we're going to have કરતો તો. હું બેંકમાં કામ કરતો હતો. હું સ્કૂલમાં કામ કરતો હતો. હું ઓફિસમાં કામ કરતો હતો. Pretty straightforward here. Next is nokri. Nokri is a job. You could say kam, by the way. Nokri has a synonym, which is kam. So, amari nokri che, this is my job. Tamari nokri kya che, where is your job? Mane navi nokri mari, I found a new job. There's a whole bunch more here. You're welcome to read through them. Okay. Next one is mane khabar che. This is an easy one. We're not going to spend much time on this one. This is I know. Yeah, so I know, blah, blah, blah. Mane khabar che. Mane khabar che. I even want to add ke, frankly. Mane khabar che ke tame kya cho. Ha, mane khabar che. Yeah, I know. Mane badhi khabar che. I know everything about this. I actually prefer badhu khabar che, badhu khabar che. I kind of prefer badhu personally, as opposed to badhi. But anyway. Mane jawab khabar che. I know the answer. Feel free to read through more of these sentences. Next, we have mane lage che. Again, easy phrase here. Bear with me. We're going to have a nice, long, detailed lesson today. We're going to do a lot of practice with these. Don't you worry. You're going to like really have them drilled into your head. So that's coming in a moment. Okay. Mane lage che ke avshe. I think that he or she will come. Mane lage che ke a sachu che. I think this is true, or I think this is right. Mane lage che ke aje varsad avse, or aje varsad parse. I personally prefer parse. Avse is okay too. I think it'll rain today. Mane lage che ke tame vyast cho. I think that you are busy. Lambo is the word for long, so arasto lambo che. Teno patra lambo hato. His letter was long. A lambo samay che. This is a long time. A room lambo che. This is a room. This room is long. Next is the word for samay. Samay means time. So atyare. What? I don't like this one here. We're gonna skip that here. Let's go to the second one. Mari paase samay nathi. I don't have time. A saro samay che. This is a good time. Amuk. What am I saying? Samay bo kimmati che. It's very valuable. Or navi nokri mate samay joye. You need it. It takes new time for a new job. Kind of an odd sentence. Not wrong, but navi nokri mate samay joye. Kind of an odd sentence. It's not a wrong sentence. It's a bit of an odd sentence. Don't really know what that means. Navi nokri mate samay joye. Okay, wonderful. Whatever. It's okay. Feel free to do 3 more of these here. So T is since. We've done a lot of this on the channel. Hu savarthi kaam karu chu. I'm working since the morning. Hu savarthi kaam karu chu. Hu gaikalthi ahi chu. I'm here since yesterday. Sorry, te gaikalthi ahi che. That he or she is here since yesterday. Has been here since yesterday. Hu savarthi ahi chu. I've been here since. I'm not reading properly today. Hu somvarthi ahi chu. I've been here since Monday. There's a whole bunch more here. Welcome to read through. Okay, we're getting close to the end here. I kind of want to skip this, actually. We're going to skip that one. Okay, udyog, you've done a couple of times recently, which is the word for industry. Ag motu udyog che. Gujaratma ghano udyog che. So this is the big industry. There are many industries in Gujarati. Te kapad, oh yes, I misread that. Te kapad udyog ma che. He is in the textile industry. Kapad is like it's not textile, it's like kind of like, well, I guess it's textile. Kind of means like cloth in a way. Cloth or textile, both are fine. Udyog bo saro che. This is a very good industry. Okay, we're gonna skip this. Numbers, we've done a lot of numbers. We're gonna skip this one here. We're gonna skip the jare. We've done a whole video on jare just a couple days ago. We're gonna skip that today. Inapachi, I kind of want to skip that as well today, frankly. I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to skip this as well. I'm going to skip the rest of these. We're going to kind of wrap that up there. Let's do some practice. There's some more, but let's just leave those aside. I'm happy with how much we've done. So let's do some practice. I'm going to just talk a little bit in Gujarati, and you really, really just try and absorb it, like really try and sink it in, okay? So I'll speak really slowly. We'll get really immersive and use all these words and really try and like just work these words into your brain, almost like you're kneading dough. Like, your brain is kind of like a piece of dough, right? And you got to knead it, right? With your fist, with your fingers. That's what we're doing today. All right, let me scroll up so I can see the words. Okay. તો હું માલિક છું. હું માલિક છું. હું માલિક છું. I'm an owner. મારો ધંધો છે. મારો ધંધો છે Calgary Language Nerds. તો હું માલિક છું. હું માલિક છું. હું માલિક છું. I'm an owner. મારો business, મારો ધંધો is business. મારો ધંધો Calgary Language Nerds છે. તો હું માલિક છું. હું માલિક છું ને મારો ધંધો છે Calgary Language Nerds. I'm an owner. હું માલિક છું. મારો ધંધો, my business, Calgary Language Nerds છે. Calgary Language Nerds માં ગ્રાહકો છે. ગ્રાહકો છે. તો હું માલિક છું. Calgary Language Nerds મારો ધંધો છે. ધંધામાં Calgary Language Nerds માં ઘણા બધા ગ્રાહકો છે. ઘણા બધા ગ્રાહકો છે. ગ્રાહકો છે. Actually, બહુ ગ્રાહકો નથી. બહુ ગ્રાહકો નથી. બહુ ગ્રાહકો નથી. There's not a lot of clients. બહુ ગ્રાહકો નથી. માત્ર 40 કે 50 40 કે 50 ગ્રાહકો છે. મારા ધંધામાં, in my business, મારા ધંધામાં હું માલિક છું ને મારા ધંધામાં 40 કે 50 ગ્રાહકો છે. There's 40 or 50 clients. એટલે નાની કંપની છે ને મને બહુ ગ્રાહકો જોઈતા નથી. મને બહુ ગ્રાહકો જોઈતા નથી. મને બહુ ગ્રાહકો જોઈતા નથી. I don't want a lot of clients. મને બહુ you could also say મને બહુ જોતા નથી. જોતા or જોઈતા, both are fine. મને બહુ જોઈતા નથી. Let me share my screen on something here, actually. One second. All right, here we go. Now you can see my screen. I kind of want some visuals to help this, like, everything land. તો આ ગ્રાહક છે. આ ગ્રાહક છે. This is the client. તો આ Calgary Language Nerds નો ગ્રાહક નથી. આ Calgary Language Nerds નો ગ્રાહક નથી. આ Calgary Language Nerds નો ગ્રાહક નથી. This is not a Calgary Language Nerds student. આ shopping ના, આ કદાચ Banana Republic નો ગ્રાહક છે. આ કદાચ Nike નો ગ્રાહક છે. આ મારો ગ્રાહક નથી. Not my client. Anyway, તો Calgary Language, હું માલિક છું. Right? Home Malik Chu. Maybe this is a Malik. This guy can be a Malik, right? This is a business owner. He looks like a business owner, no? Or maybe he looks like an accountant. I don't know. You guys tell me. Grahak che. Sorry, Malik che. Malik. He's a business. He's an owner. Malik che. Ne Malik che. Ne hu Malik Chu. I'm a business. I'm an owner. You can have lots of Malik, by the way. You can have a car owner, any kind of owner. But for now, we'll say business owner. Hu Malik Chu. ને મારા બિઝનેસ, મારા ધંધામાં, મારા બિઝનેસમાં બહુ ગ્રાહકો નથી. 40 કે 50 ગ્રાહકો છે. There's 40 or 50 clients. 40 કે 50. મને બહુ ગ્રાહકો જોઈતા નથી. મને બહુ ગ્રાહકો જોઈતા નથી. I don't want lots of clients. મને બહુ ગ્રાહકો જોઈતા નથી. મને how many do I want? Actually, honestly, મને 60 ગ્રાહકો જોઈએ છે. Not even, actually. I think signed. Let's say signed. મને 60 ગ્રાહકો જોઈએ છે. I want 60 clients. અત્યારે 50 છે. મને 60 જોઈએ છે. So I'm 50 now. I want 60. બહુ ગ્રાહકો મને નથી જોઈતા. The reason of why I don't want lots of clients is too hard to explain in simple Gujarati, so I'll just do it in English. But I don't know. I like to have a very small. I found that I used to have lots of clients. I used to have a lot of clients in the past. I had a business with 20 plus tutors, and yeah, it was a big, much bigger business in a way with number of people. But I find that with a smaller number, I can really do a lot more deeper work with people, and it's just been so much more rewarding. So that's kind of what I do now. So now it's like not 25 tutors, it's like 6 or 7 tutors, and it's not, 15 students per person or 10 students per person. It's nothing like that. It's, 7 per person, but we give those 7 more attention. Anyway, end the commercial. But તો હા આ ગ્રાહક છે, માલિક છે ને let me stop my screen share. તો anyway, તો હું ગ્રાહક છું, સો હું માલિક છું ને મારા ધંધામાં ગ્રાહકો છે, મારા ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી છે, મારા ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી છે, મારા ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી છે. My clients are students. મારા ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી છે, વિદ્યાર્થી. નાઇકીના ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી નથી, નાઇકીના ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી નથી. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી નથી. મારા ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી છે, એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી નથી. So my clients are students. Nike's clients, their clients, એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો નથી. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી નથી. એ લોકોના ગ્રાહકો ખાલી ગ્રાહકો છે. ખાલી ગ્રાહકો છે. ખાલી ગ્રાહકો. ખાલી ગ્રાહકો છે. They're just clients, not students. They're just customers, right? I have customers. મારા client, મારા તો customer, મારા ગ્રાહકો છે. પણ મારા ગ્રાહકો વિદ્યાર્થી પણ છે. So I have customers, but also students, right? They're learning. તમે ગુજરાતી શીખો છો. તમે many of you actually, many of you watching these, તમે મારા ગ્રાહકો છો. તમે મારા ગ્રાહકો છો. You're my clients. હવે મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો, મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો, મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો, health, let's see, should we say this in Gujarati? I'll skip that actually. મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો, મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો રોજ ગુજરાતી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરે છે. મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો રોજ ગુજરાતી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરે છે. મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો રોજ ગુજરાતી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરે છે. મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો, many of my clients, મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો, એટલે ઘણા ગ્રાહકો કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં, ઘણા ગ્રાહકો કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં એ લોકો રોજ, every day, રોજ ગુજરાતી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરે છે. રોજ ગુજરાતી ભણે છે. રોજ ગુજરાતી ભણે છે. Let me share my screen quickly here. Oops, what happened there? Okay, here we go. મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો. So that's how you say many of, by the way, in case you didn't know that. You want to say like many of my clients, many of my friends, many of blah, blah, blah. It's actually very easy. You don't say of. Mara ghana mitro, many of my friends. Mara ghana grahako, many of my clients. Mara ghana, not that I have this, but mara ghana ghar, many of my homes, So mara ghana grahako roj Gujarati bhane che. They study Gujarati every day. Roj Gujarati bhane che. Ne mara grahako ghana badhane ghana પણ ઘણા, so not all of them, બધાને પણ ઘણા ગ્રાહકો બધા ગ્રાહકો, actually no, wait a second, I can't say ઘણા, બધા, they all are actually, now they think of it. બધા યુવાન છે. બધા યુવાન છે. બધા ગ્રાહકો, ઘણા ગ્રાહકો ને બધા ગ્રાહકો, so many of them and all of them in a way. I guess all is a form of many, right? બધા ગ્રાહકો યુવાન છે. યુવાન છે. એટલે યુવાન છે એટલે કે યુવાન છે. યુવાન એટલે શું? હું યુવાન છું, તમે યુવાન છો. યુવાન એટલે young. They're young. So my clients are all young. હવે છોકરા, મારા ગ્રાહકો છોકરાઓ નથી, બાળકો નથી. મારા ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી, પણ યુવાન છે. મારા ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી. They're not children. બાળકો નથી, પણ યુવાન છે. હવે મારા માટે or મારી માટે, both are fine. I'm going to say મારા માટે. મારા માટે યુવાન એટલે શું? મારા માટે યુવાન એટલે શું? for me, what does young mean? Yuvan એટલે શું? Yuvan એટલે Yuvan એટલે શું? I should make a whole video on that. Like, what is young? I have a very unique definition of Yuvan in my own head. I think everything under I think everything under 90 is young. No. 80, 90? 80, 90? 80 or I don't know. 80, 90-ish. Everything's 70, 80, 90. Even 70 to me is like you still got 20 years. You're still young. You could have a whole 20-year career when you're 70 if you wanted to. I knew a lady who did that, very interesting lady. But anyway, so for me, young is not like children. Young is really goes a very long way. I think I truly, genuinely, in my heart of hearts, believe that like you're 62. I really think 62 is young. I really do think that. Just a fun fact. Anyway, તો મારા ઘણા ગ્રાહકો બધા ગ્રાહકો યુવાન છે. બધા યુવાન છે. બાળકો નથી પણ યુવાન છે. અમુક ગ્રાહકો પહેલા, અમુક ગ્રાહકો પહેલા, અમુક ગ્રાહકો, some clients. અમુક, let me share my screen. અમુક ગ્રાહકો, some clients. અમુક ગ્રાહકો પહેલા, in the past. પહેલા અમુક ગ્રાહકો નાના હતા, બાળકો હતા. પહેલા બાળકો હતા. They were children before. પહેલા અમુક ગ્રાહકો let's use બાળકો હતા. અમુક ગ્રાહકો બાળકો હતા. યુવાન હતા, બાળકો હતા. They were young and they were children. યુવાન હતા, ને બાળકો હતા. Yuvan, like a young ne barco. Let's kind of go back. Let's practice some words again. So, who malik? I'll ask you a question. Who malik chu? Who Calgary language nerds na malik chu? Ha. Who Calgary language nerds na malik chu? Who Calgary language nerds no grahak chu? Think about that. Who Calgary language nerds no grahak chu? Nah, actually, હું ગ્રાહક પણ છું. હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સનો ગ્રાહક છું ને હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સનો માલિક છું. હું માલિક છું ને ગ્રાહક છું. So I'm a customer of my business and I'm actually the owner. I take classes from tutors who work for me. It's I do it all the time. So very, very funny. In fact, many of the tutors take classes and they work here and they take classes here. It's very interesting. So હાતો માલિક છું, હું ગ્રાહક છું ને મારા ગ્રાહકો યુવાન છે પણ બાળકો નથી. પહેલા અમુક બાળકો હતા. There were some kids before. પહેલા અમુક બાળકો હતા. પણ મોટા ભાગના ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી. મોટા ભાગના ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી. મોટા ભાગના ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી. મોટા ભાગના બાળકો I keep saying બાળકો. મોટા ભાગના ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી. Most of the customers, મોટા ભાગના ગ્રાહકો બાળકો નથી. The majority are not kids. નથી. યુવાન છે. They're young. યુવાન છે. પણ એ લોકો બાળકો નથી. હવે પહેલા હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં કામ કરતો નહોતો. પહેલા હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં કામ કરતો નહોતો. પહેલા હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં કામ કરતો નહોતો. I wasn't working in Calgary language nerds. હું Calgary language nerdsમાં કામ કરતો નહોતો. પહેલા, before. હું વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ કંપનીમાં કામ કરતો હતો. 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 Let me share my screen. હું વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ કંપનીમાં કામ કરતો હતો. Now this is કરતી હતી. Remember, I'm a man though, so I'm going to say કરતો હતો, not કરતી હતી. હું વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ કંપનીમાં કામ કરતો હતો. હું વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ કંપનીમાં. અને હું જનરલ મેનેજર હતો. I was a general manager. હું પહેલા કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં કામ નહોતો કરતો. હું વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ કંપનીમાં કામ કરતો હતો. એ મારી નોકરી હતી. એ મારી નોકરી હતી. એ મારી નોકરી હતી. અત્યારે એ મારી નોકરી નથી. અત્યારે મારી નોકરી કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સમાં છે. પહેલા મારી નોકરી, નોકરી એટલે કામ, મારી નોકરી વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ કંપનીમાં હતી. મારી નોકરી વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ નોકરી હતી. વિન્ડો ક્લીનિંગ નોકરી. તમારી નોકરી શું છે? તમારી નોકરી શું છે? નોકરી. તમારી નોકરી શું છે? તમે તમે કયા કંપનીમાં કામ કરો છો? તમે નોકરી શું છે તમારી? નોકરી. આ છે જોબ, નોકરી. બીજું શું પ્રેક્ટિસ કરીએ? What else we practice here? Let's see here. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with what we practice. I know there's more, but I'm kind of happy with this, frankly. I'm really happy. There's more here. Let me just have a quick peek at the words, but I'm happy with this. This was a good little practice session. I know we did some more words. We can quickly just recap the other words. We're not going to really do any listening. Let's just quickly recap them, what we did. I was happy with that. That was good. I like that. Mane khabar che, right? So I could say mane khabar che ke hu malik chu. I know I'm the boss. I'm a boss. What a funny little sentence, right? We did mane lage che. That'd be a funny sentence. Tame malik cho? Ha, mane lage che hu Calgary language nerds na malik chu. That's a very funny sentence. મને લાગે છે કે હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સના માલિક છું. મને લાગે છે કે હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સના માલિક છું. મને લાગે છે. મને લાગે છે કે હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજ નર્ડ્સના માલિક છું. I think I'm the owner of Calgary Language Nerds. I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe it's someone else. Obviously, I'm the owner. Obviously, it's me. But મને લાગે છે. Well, that's a strange sentence. But મને ખબર છે. મને ખબર છે કે હું કેલ્ગરી લેંગ્વેજના માલિક છું. I know I'm the owner of Calgary Language Nerds, right? Lambo was long. We did samai, which was time. And I think T, we did a little bit of T as well, like since or from. We skipped this one. Udyog we did is an industry, right? So who વિદેશી ભાષા ઉદ્યોગમાં કામ કરું છું. હું વિદેશી ભાષા ઉદ્યોગમાં કામ કરું છું. I work in the foreign language industry. I work in the વિદેશી ભાષા ઉદ્યોગમાં. I work in the foreign language industry. Udyog. We skipped this one. We skipped some of these. So yeah, I think that's kind of where we left off. So okay, that was a fun little. That was a great lesson. It's funny. When I first sat down to record this, I was like, you know what? Let's just like get this done and let's just like. I was in a very focused mindset, but then I relaxed and started to have some fun. So this is great. I had a lot of fun recording this. Have a good day. See you next time. Aujo. Bye.